Hello and welcome to the video. Today we're checking out some of the best new Cyberpunk 2077 mods, from big gameplay overhauls to smaller tweaks that make the game feel fresh. And I'll end it off with a few wild new vehicles. These are some of the latest releases that can really shake up your playthrough, so let's get into the list. Starting things off with CyberPsycho Encounters, a mod that is supposed to add random Cyberpsycho attacks to Night City. Now this mod is in the beta stage, and for me it's also in the not working stage. But the idea of this mod is really cool, so I'll still try to break down what it does for you. And it also does work for some people, that's why it's still here. But in vanilla, Cyberpsychos are locked into scripted gigs. Once you've done them, that's it. But with the mod, attacks can happen anytime, anywhere. You might be walking through Japantown, cruising through the Badlands, or even mid-quest when chaos suddenly erupts. Maybe, I don't know about the quest part. And the response depends on the district as well. In Corpo Plaza or Haywood, NCPD and NMAC TAC might show up in seconds, but head into Pacifica or the North Industrial District, and you're on your own. Cyberpsychos there operate outside the law's reach, tearing things apart with no backup in sight. It's still in beta, but it already sounds like one of the best immersive mods out there, turning Cyberpsychos into true wildcards that keep you on edge no matter where you go. Next is weapon conditioning, and this one is a neat little overhaul on how weapons work. Every weapon now has a condition bar, and the more you use it, or it gets blown up in an explosion, the more that condition will drop. Let it run out and the weapon's tier itself will degrade. As condition lowers, damage output falls off, and eventually your gun might even jam mid-fight, if you do not repair it, of course. Repairs are now tied to upgrades. You need to maintain a weapon before pushing it into the next tier. The mod even reworks the loot system, so enemies drop gear that makes more sense. Common feels common, rare enemies give better rewards. And the whole system feels more believable. It makes weapons feel less like disposable loot and more like something you'd actually take care of and invest in. Up next is Auto Drive Enhanced, basically the proper version of Auto Drive that CDPR should have just added in. Like, the original Auto Drive mod came first and even let you change seats. But when CDPR put it in their way, they literally stripped these features out and left us with something clunky that I don't like. But this mod changes that, fixes it. You're no longer chained to the driver's seat. You can swap seats with a key press and even hop into the back seats, as well as draw your weapon to lean out of a window from the passenger or back seat while the AI drives the car much better than default Auto Drive does. The mod also gives you options to mess with, like an experimental AI mode in the settings, and toggles to remove restrictions like combat locks, lane rules, or vehicle health limits, and even a fix so scanner works without cancelling the auto drive. But yeah, the mod adds quite a lot. It's flexible, it's smooth, and honestly, this is what auto drive should have been all along. If you're enjoying the video so far, consider hitting the subscribe button. I cover the best new mods often, and subscribing is a great way to keep your game fresh. Now for something fun, CyberPong 2077. This mod lets you play a fully working game of Pong inside the CET overlay. You can pick between difficulties, play progressive levels where the AI gets tougher, and even go full screen if you want. It tracks your progress and runs super light. And for those who may wonder, it appears there's no performance impact on the game itself. It's a quirky side distraction, but I personally love it. Moving on to the next mod. One area Cyberpunk has always been pretty weak in is the life sim side of things. Eating, drinking, sleeping, and showering. They're in game, but they never really mattered. Better Living Buffs fixes that by giving them real weight. Food and drinks now last 15 minutes, with food boosting max health and drinks improving stamina regen. Resting grants extra XP, showers boost combat health regen, and coffee increases stamina regen. It's a smart tweak that makes everyday systems in Night City feel rewarding instead of pointless. And speaking of stuff, Immersive Meditations adds hidden meditation spots all across Night City and Dogtown. I believe there's 27 locations so far. They are unmarked, so you won't see icons on the map. Instead, you'll have to find them naturally as you explore. I only found 2 so far. But it makes every discovery feel like a small reward. When you stop at one of these spots and meditate, a short animation plays and you have a chance to earn an XP boost. Each location can only be used once per in-game day, so it's not bad at all. But it's still just enough so they never feel like spam and instead encourage you to slow down and take a break during your run. And the latest update added support for the Japantown apartment, Corpo Plaza, and a few Dogtown locations. It also ties in with other mods, like if you're running Dark Future, meditating restores your nerves fully once per day. And Wannabe Edge Runner is also supported as well. So very cool extra bonuses for those 2 mods, and a amazing subtle addition, but for players who love exploration and immersion. It makes Night City feel more alive, rewarding you not just for racing through quests, but for actually taking the time to breathe in the world. But moving on. This one's short, map exit nuclear explosion fix. simply removes the bug where leaving the map would sometimes trigger a random nuclear explosion effect. Nothing fancy here, just a clean fix that keeps the immersion intact. I believe it was my last mod video that someone recommended this mod, so I thought I'd chuck it in here. But next up, a quick trio of mods all focused on pacing and roleplay. These three will also have your recommendations from someone else in comments, so I thought I'd chuck them here. The first one is Live a Little. Tweaks over 30 quest objectives and timers to give you space before points of no return. NPC calls are delayed and quest entry fees are higher, making the story flow more naturally. And the next one is Take a Breather, Pace and Reputation Overhaul. Adds a social pass system where Ripper docks, clubs and apartments require street cred to access. While quests and gigs roll out more slowly, Night City makes you earn your place. And the third one is Longer Lockdown Act 1 Extended. This stretches the prologue, adding gaps between missions, restored dialogue, and a true RPG style opening that feels less rushed. Together they make Cyberpunk feel like a more living RPG than a sprint through quests. Now for something loud and a little bit over the top. The Tumbler. This nomad beast mashes a May with massive suspension, a 500 horsepower Quadra R7, and bolt max tac turrets, a missile launcher, all into this one beast. Riding on massive wheels and built to tear through the Badlands or just cause chaos in Night City. It's ridiculous, it is fun, and it feels like the perfect post-apocalyptic absolute beast. Now, on the opposite end, here's something sleek and refined. The Noble M600. This British supercar comes in as a fully standalone vehicle, available for purchase through the virtual car dealer, or you can spawn it in with the Cyber Engine Tweaks commands if you want. But this model is beautifully detailed inside and out, with multiple color options and a polished silver default. It's low, fast, and pure style. But finally, a true classic, the Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint. This too is a standalone add-on, so it doesn't replace anything, and the detail on this is stunning. From the vintage grille and racing curves to the iconic cloverleaf badge. It feels like a piece of history brought into the future. It's a perfect car if you want something elegant and old school in your garage. But that's it for today, a roundup of the best new Cyberpunk 2077 mods, from gameplay overhauls to bug fixes and insane vehicles. There's a little bit of everything here to make your next playthrough feel fresh. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more, consider supporting the channel by leaving a like and subscribing. It really helps a lot. But thank you for watching, and as always, happy modding.